The April Fool's update finally came out. Yes, I am intentionally using this voice for this video only. Anyways, let's get this thing going. First, it's this DIY gun. It's just an anti-tank gun reskin, but cheap. Nothing to say about it really. Next, it's the glue tank, which is another reskin with increased health, but lower armor. It also lost the scouting perk for some reason. By the way, I skipped the recoilless gun reskin because it was just another boring one. So onto the Nokia tank. It lost the scouting perk, like the glue tank, but gained 50% resistance for any damage doing 8% of its health. It also costs 25 more ticks. By the way, I don't have the Sony tank, but it's a variant of the Nokia tank and uses a camera instead. The attack is pretty useless. Anyways, this is the firework gun, which is good for direct attacks in my opinion. It is basically a flame launcher, but it can fire long range, not doing a lot of damage in return. Onto the field gun tank. It just costs 5 more ticks and has 1 more mobility. The biker is the same as before, so I'll skip it again, but it has a dodge perk and can dodge 20% of the time. By the way, I don't have howitzer or mobile howitzer, so they aren't included on this video, sorry. The counterpart of the scout car, the police car, holds a biker in it when it spawns. After the biker is released, the police car can only carry infantry, so it is pretty unique. The swap van looks very similar to the police car and is meant to spawn something, but right now it is broken, so I can't show you what it does, but it's much less armed than the normal armored car. The last evolution has zero correlation to the previous predecessors. It's literally just a brain. This thing generally just forces a retreat, like the flame units, but if you're lucky enough and the unit is surrendering, you can capture it immediately with its attack. This is basically impossible with normal infantry, as they are too fragile, but I have tried before, and it works. This is the transport bike, just being a worse transport truck. Generally, it just sucks. Toyota truck is the half-track alternative. It's basically the same. Also, I couldn't be bothered to do the duck boat one, but it turned into the hovercraft, and it's another one of the transport bike situation. Tesla car is next. It's the half-track TD alternative, and it generally acts the same. This is not to be confused with the missile half-track, as this is less armored, and can only transport 1 unit. For the next one, it is a variant of half-track CS, being very cheap and unarmed, with less armor as well. It makes up for all of these for being an antique, meaning it won't be affected by inflation, costing 35 ticks for your whole game. Some think this functions more similarly to the transport truck than what it is now. The next one is the Stealth APC, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's useless in your normal campaigns, so don't bother with it. The variant of this is the classified vehicle, having a healing perk, twice the health, but costing 10 more ticks. Next is the Supreme IFV, being slightly more armored and having 60% dodge rate, nothing more. First two evolutions of the light tank had very minor changes, so I skipped them, but now on to the eco-friendly tank. It is a reference to the galvanized square steel meme from a while ago. You will need to pause to read the description here. That is probably the most elaborate thing they will ever do. Anyways, it's actually very good, as it requires 0 resupplies. If it doesn't get hit and can repair itself and nearby units, it's a very good unit for you to use. This is the most op thing they have added now. The only downside to it is that it can only hit the tiles adjacent to it. I can show you how op it is in this little clip. I'm not joking. I beat this whole thing with 3 Neo tanks and a singular supply truck very later on. For the medium tank tree, they have moved the last 2 evolutions to the first 2, so nothing to add there. For the 3rd evolution, it is the railgun tank, and it is a very strong tank with high armor and armament, and can attack behind enemy units. Finally, it's the Supreme Tank, which is battle tank, but with heavy tank CW's cannon, and is very, very powerful, adding to it a 50% dodge rate. The Super Heavy Tank, which is normally the Heavy Tank CW, is even more equipped, basically being the AI unit that you usually can't get. It has 2 massive cannons of great destruction, and has a radio to top it off. If you watch till here, there are many random units that have been added that I either forgot, or just simply did not want to add. There are more units coming out on day 2 and onwards, so I do not expect this to be up to date for very long, but this will be cemented in time. I will play through a game when the whole April Fool's update is out, so subscribe and wait for that.